Atlantis did not disappear by accident. It disappeared because it forgot how to be good. Today, we are not chasing myths. We are opening Plato's own words to see what Atlantis truly was and why he said it had to fall. The story of Atlantis begins long ago in ancient Greece. Plato was a famous teacher and thinker. He wrote about Atlantis in 2 books. He said the story came from his ancestor Solon, who heard it in Egypt from wise priests. The story of Atlantis was not meant to scare people, it was meant to teach them. According to the priests, beyond the Pillars of Heracles, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar, stood a vast island, a naval superpower that ruled over many islands and parts of the mainland. Atlantis was not primitive, it was engineered. The city was built in big circles. Water flowed through canals. Ships moved easily. The buildings were made of red, white, and black stone. In the middle stood a giant temple. Therefore, Atlantis became rich and strong very quickly. Atlantis did not stay peaceful. The rulers of Atlantis were the sons of the sea god Poseidon. At first, they were kind and fair. They followed rules and cared about others. But having too much wealth changed them. Gold and jewels filled their temples. Their fleets dominated the sea. They subdued lands, demanded tribute, and believed themselves as the chosen. Plato is careful here. He does not say Atlantis was evil. He says it became confident. Therefore, the balance shifted. Divine blood thinned with human generations. Discipline faded. Laws bent. Desire replaced duty. Atlantis stopped serving order and began serving itself. Atlantis did not stay peaceful. It sent its armies across the sea to take over other lands. Atlantis was not destroyed first. It was defeated first. Plato tells us Atlantis launched a campaign to conquer the known world. Their fleets moved toward Greece. Their armies crushed nations along the way. But one city resisted. It is the ancient Athens, not the Athens of Plato's time, but a forgotten, older Athens, smaller, poorer, yet disciplined, unified, and virtuous. So when Atlantis attacked, Athens fought back. Against all odds, Athens won. They stopped the invasion and freed many people. This showed that being virtuous can be stronger than being rich. This is Plato's core message, not about oceans, about morality. Defeat humiliated the Atlanteans, but humiliation did not humble them. Plato says the Atlanteans returned home, furious, arrogant, and still convinced that they deserved dominance. Their leaders ignored the warning from heaven. Therefore, the gods intervened. Zeus himself called the Council of Olympus, not to punish suddenly, but to restore balance. What follows is not described in detail. Plato stops, and that silence is intentional. Plato never said Atlantis was ambiguous. He never said it vanished without reason. But he also never finished the story. Why? Because Atlantis was a mirror. The destruction, earthquakes, floods, a single terrible day and night was not meant to be explored geographically. It was meant to be understood philosophically. Atlantis did not sink because it was advanced. It sank because it abandoned virtue. So Plato left the ending incomplete, forcing the listener to ask, what happens to a civilization when wealth surpasses wisdom? Atlantis was never just an island. Its story was a warning. Plato was speaking to Athens at its peak, rich, powerful, and expanding. He used Atlantis to say, power without kindness is dangerous. Therefore, being righteous matters more than being rich. So every society must choose what kind of people it wants to be.